Hey guys, what's going on? So this rig's been having some issues where it keeps going offline. I think it rises playing up, but I'm actually gonna get it mining on FLUX because I want to give FLUX mining a go. So that's gonna be the aim of the video today is gonna be FLUX mining. We've got a RX 4800 and an RX 5800, both 4 GB. I think actually, sorry, one's 8 GB. So I'm just gonna give it a reboot, fresh little reboot. Just make sure it's all up online and running. This is like my little crypto setup. I got both these rigs on Ergo, but I'm gonna be flux mining. So let's get up on the computer and give that a crack right now. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to go to the Zalcore.io official site, and you're going to want to download the Zalcore wallet. You can also get it on your iPhone and your Apple computer or your Linux computer. Also, they've got it on Windows, and you can also get it on Android devices. So click try now and download the Zalcore wallet and open up Zalcore. This is the official wallet for FLUX, and if you haven't made an account, you want to click sync register the account on this device, but I've already made a Zalcore account. Just all you got to remember to do is write down the username and password on paper, because it's very difficult to retrieve it, because you can set a recovery phrase, but it's hard to retrieve it, so make sure you guys write it down. So I'm just going to log into the account that I just created. And in order to get to your FLUX wallet, you're going to want to go to FLUX up here at the top, and you want to click receive. And this is your wallet address here, so click to copy. Sweet, that's great. So we can close the Zalcore wallet now. And then under Hive OS, you're going to want to go to flight sheets, and you're going to want to create a wallet. So first things first, select FLUX, click add wallet, and you're going to want to, here's where you'll put your address, and you can create a wallet name. Just leave the source blank and click create. I've already created one. So I'm just going to select my Zalcore wallet, which was that address. And then to find a good pool to mine to, I found this pool here. You want to go to miningpool.stats.stream, and it will come up with, like, you can put your coin in there, which is FLUX, and it will show you all the mining pools that are getting some of the better hash rate returns. So I'm just going to go with minerpool.org, because they're the best one currently. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to mine with FLUX for. So, and I don't have like a really crazy computer set up for it. So I'm just going to mine, like a little bit of FLUX, see how it goes, and I'm going to choose minerpool.org. So this is the pool here. And you can see it's getting blocks. Let's have a look at miners dashboard. Let's go maybe to connect. Okay. So they've got some different servers we can mine to. I'll probably be mining in my location to the Asia server. So Gminer, they're recommending Gminer and LolMiner. Okay, so I'll probably just stick with Gminer. It's their first one. For FLUX mining, it's not valid. You need a Zalcore wallet. So we've got a Zalcore wallet, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Port. Okay, port 2033, FLUX Asia, single GPUs, common GPUs, small farms. I might use this one here. So let's just see if we can get it on Hive OS. So it is called, what's this, fluxminerpool.org. Let's see if they've got it in here, minerpool.org, yeah, minerpool.org. Cool. Sweet. So we're going to be using the Asia 2032. Yep. And then click apply. And then let's select G minor. And then we're just going to call this FLUX test. Okay, create the flight sheet. Happy days. Alright, so let's go back to my farm and let's unbench now Ergo. So we'll select my rig and you can see that I'm currently mining Ergo. I'm just going to save this flight sheet. Just save as. Just call it flight sheet Ergo. So I've got all those details. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove all these overclocks because I don't know how stable that will run on FLUX. Hit apply. And we're going to unbench the flight sheet. So select flight sheet and we're going to click unset. And here you can see FLUX test. That is the flight sheet that we just created. So we'll give the miner a refresh and we'll just check that the mining has stopped. So it has. So we'll go back to flight sheets and we're going to launch the flight sheet for FLUX. And then I'm also going to open up a shell, give it a reset, and I just want to see that the miner is successfully mining. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the FLUX project, what's it about, why I'm mining FLUX. I think FLUX is probably worth getting some FLUX because of the whole Web 3.0 server, I guess, value proposition that they're offering. I still think Ergo is better. However, I do just want to get some FLUX, you know, and start stockpiling up some FLUX because you can also stake FLUX, which is quite exciting, but you need quite a lot of it to be able to stake your FLUX. You can create nodes and whatnot and actually earn more. So I'm just going to type miner, hit enter. All right, so you can see now that we're in G miner. We are now mining to my Zilliqa wallets. Things are looking good. The AMD drive is successfully working. We've connected to the Stratum server. We're connected and we've got a GPU share verified. Hey, this is looking good. So we're getting 19 souls on the RX 480 and then on the RX 580. It's already got one found share. We're getting 18.8 souls. So we're getting a complete hash rate of 33.9 souls on FLUX. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to head to what to mine. Oops, spelled that wrong. Miner. Spelled it wrong again. And we're going to go to coins. We're going to go to FLUX. And we're going to see, you know, how much I'm going to get with, oh, it's not letting me copy from my shell. How much we're going to get with 30.1 souls. Let's just call it 33. I think it was 33 before. I think it's fluctuating a little bit. And right now, the rig is claiming that it's making 212 watts of power. Whoops. And let's calculate it. Let's see what we're going to get. Okay, so currently it's unprofitable at my kilowatt hour of electricity, so it's probably not worth mining, but I don't really mind spending a little bit of money in electricity to get some flux. So over a whole day, I'm going to get 0.175 flux, and then that should equate in today's market at 0.51 cents US. Over a week, I'm going to get 1.22, and over the month, I'm going to get 5.25 flux, which would be about $15. So, you know, I think, oh, sorry, this is the cost. This is the revenue here. So that would be worth, actually, sorry, that'd be worth 3.71 dollars, and it's going to cost me about $15 worth of electricity to get. So it's probably better just to straight buy flux at this point. But I mean, I want to mine it. I want to show you guys how to mine it. So that's the whole purpose of this video. Like, I most likely will go back on this rig to Ergo, but I'm still pretty keen to see what flux can do, and that's why I'm interested in getting some flux. So if we head to the mining pool and we get my flux address, it might take a little bit of time, but if we paste that in here, hit enter. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's try that again. Oh, it's popping up. Let's select that one. No, it is not yet. Oh, yep. Okay. It is identified that we are mining. Current hash rate. It's loading, guys. It's loading. So the minimal payout is 1 flux, and based off what to mine, if I'm going to get this much flux per day, well, over a week it's got 1.2. So around about 5 days I should get my first payout, but all I have to do is get my other rigs online to mine a little bit more flux, and I'll probably be able to get my first payout in less than a couple of days if I really wanted to. So what is flux? Let's talk about flux. What is flux? Flux has got a really good development team, guys. So make flux go green. Not sure what that's about. Anyway, so Flux is Web 3.0. So currently we're running on Web 2.0, and what Flux is doing is it's offering a sort of like a platform for companies to build their business, like their SOS, but I think it's software for service, the SFO business models on top of. So it is fully decentralized, because say for example you run a server that's connected to something like what would be a good example, maybe Dropbox, or you know, something that is centralized. So even YouTube centralized. Like if you run your business or your app or your software on Flux, theoretically it will never be able to be taken offline unless all of the miners like myself around the world went offline, which is very rare. So I would say by building on Flux, you are creating a more robust business model for your business, and it's also much fairer. So say for example they decided to build a social media platform on Flux, that potentially could take over the world, because with, I guess, cancel culture and all these things out there, theoretically it would never be able to be taken down because it's too hard to destroy by any individual or company or government, if that makes sense. So I've got a white paper. I'd heavily urge you guys to read the white paper on Flux if you haven't already. They talk about the development team. They've got a huge development team. I've heard really good things about their dev team. They're also doing a partnership at the moment with Ergo, which is really exciting. So they talk about the blockchain. What else have they got in here? They've talked about Flux nodes. So this is how much Flux you need to create a node, and then once you've actually made a node, you earn Flux in return. So if you get a whole bunch of Flux, you can actually earn a return off your Flux. That's why I'm quite interested in building up my Flux balance, and then I'll probably try one day set up a Cumulus node, which would be really exciting. So they talk about what they can do. They talk about their Zilliqa wallet. They talk about their partnerships. They talk about the economics. So it looks like the holders hold the majority of the Flux, and they've got a little bit that's held by the developers. Okay, so it looks quite fair. This is all their let's have a look at the Explorer. That would be quite interesting. They're on LinkedIn. They're on Reddit. Well, connections, pools, rich list, statistics. Let's have a little look at the statistics. So they found 30 blocks in the last hour. Wow, there's been 53,000 Flux mined. Let's have a little look at the price. So the current network hash rate's pretty high. The difficulty is quite high. Let's have a look at the difficulty chart. Wow, yeah, the difficulty chart's really increased since the ETH merge. Look at that. Crazy. Alright, let's check out the price. Flux price. So we can get back to the white paper. Wasn't quite done yet on the white paper. What else are they talking about? So they've on lots of exchanges. Look how many exchanges they're on. KuCoin, they're on Binance. That's a huge one there. To be on Binance, that's massive. What else have they got? Documentation. They've got an app. They've got a community. This is a really good website, guys. This is a very good website. Flux nodes, Flux OS. Flux is revolutionary layer operating system that's at the heart of Flux. Looks like they've also got governance, which is good. So they do file storage, decentralized nodes for dApps. They've got cloud computing services. But this one here, decentralized web hosting, that is so undervalued, and I don't think people actually realize the significance of what that actually offers. Like I was saying, if you build on top of Flux, you are going to have a competitive edge over your competitors because people want privacy and people want decentralization, especially in the world we live in today. So that's why I think, Web 3.0, Flux is going to go places in the future. And from my understanding, like especially with oracles and whatnot, that's something that can be run with Ergo. They're going to be getting into gaming. There's a lot that's going to start happening with Flux in the future. So that's why I'm trying to get some Flux now. They're with Polkadot, they're on SushiSwap. This looks really, really good. A whole bunch of other projects I haven't heard about. There's the Ergo auction house there. So it looks like the Ergo auction house is actually running on Flux, which is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome, guys. This is really cool. So they're very scalable, sort of like an understanding of what's going on with Flux. So you've got the consumer running through their computer, and it's pulling from all these servers. They've got an admin that's app monitoring for safety purposes, but it's pulling from all these miners around the world and pulling all the information into your your screen, and they fully all around the world. So they're fully decentralized. If something ever happened in Europe or the States, you've got the rest of the world is supporting the network. So virtually impossible for it to be broken. So yeah, this is Flux. This is why I'm mining it. Little just tapping on the price. We're in the crypto winter. I think right now would be an epic time to buy into Flux. How long have they been out for? They're very new. So 2018, and then they had a huge rally in the crypto craze, almost at $3. They had a bit of sideways momentum around that $1.50 to $1 range. The first peak was at $2.60. Bit of trading action around that 50-cent area. And they were sort of getting accumulated at 4 cents to 5 cents, so sort of 2-cent range. A little bit of price action up to 20 cents. And they bottomed out at 45 cents, so that's back at this sort of trading range. That's where they were bottoming out. They had a little rally after I think the Ethereum merged to $1.40, and it looks like now they're starting to get some new trading sideways momentum here around, looks like to me it's around, it's trying to track back to the 50 cents, but probably it's going to be around, I would say 50 cents to $1. I'd expect this to go sideways for a while, and maybe up in this range here of $1.10 is probably where it might head, but support will be back at 50 cents. 40 to 50 cents is support. So you're looking at, if you were to buy in now, you're probably looking at a potential 40 to 50% wipeout if the bear market gets ugly. And my predicament is, with the Fed tightening, we could see crypto drop even further as this recession gets uglier. So if you're thinking about buying into Flux, maybe just buy a little bit now and just wait to see what happens with the Fed, because you might be able to buy some around 40 to 50 cents potentially. So I hope you guys bought the circulating supply. You're looking at 278 million with a max supply of 440 million Flux. And I guess if you check out the Block Explorer and the epoch times, you'll be able to decipher when the last Flux will be mined. I'm not going to cover that in this video. Price estimates, let's have a little look at that. You can't really see much information. Yeah, this is Flux, guys. Please like and subscribe to the video. I'll just check back in on the mining. Still only found one share. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the Flux video. Pretty interested in Flux. Hopefully it does well. And I hope you guys now know how to mine it. Have a good one. Please like and subscribe.